3, 2, 1.
What's a pour tonight? Is there a pour?
We can do a pour.
This?
We can do that one. Sure.
You gotta have the bottle. Woodford? Man,
Live video is
I want Woodford.
You're live. Live. Maybe. I don't know.
I thought we were gonna do the Smoking Tails.
We could. I mean, there's not.
We do that one a
It's
lot.
killed too. All right, we're good on there, and are we good on the Facebook?
Look at that. He's got it
I think
pretty
we're good on
close.
Facebook.
If the geese are flying,
Maybe the Sportsman's Reserve is what you need for your luck. You need a little Sportsman's Lucky Reserve.
if the geese are flying, the deer are moving.
Geese are flying, deer are dying.
Yeah, that's the saying.
That's what I'm thinking. So, we are live back down here at the bar. Everything looks good on all platforms. Picture looks a lot better. Let us know in the comments what are you looking for, Trigger?
No, my pour, my glass.
Oh, Jesus. That's all I gotta say. That one is yours.
Oh, well, where's yours?
Right here.
Oh.
So,
Jiggers, isn't that what they get down south?
no, those are chiggers. Chiggers, chiggers on your legs. But that's okay. Scratch them for you later. All right. So, let us know how the video and audio and all that looks on Facebook and all that good jazz. We're trying different streaming portals, different other stuff. And we're bottle killing tonight. We're killing the old Smoking Tails Sportsman's Reserve. This is the 2023 batch.
2023. Smoking
Or,
Tails.
sorry, 2022.
Batch 1.
Batch 1, bottle 7. Lucky 7. That's what you need, man. Lucky 7.
That's what I need.
That's what you need. So,
Real
Yeah.
luck.
so again, what's your game plan? We got to talk about what the game plan is.
For what?
Well,
Me killing a buck?
yeah.
Oh, God. I just feel like everything that could go wrong does go wrong for me this year.
Mhm.
I got a feeling muzzleloader is going to be pretty good. My game plan is hopefully the farmer gets his corn off, which the weather isn't looking too great, but by Christmas, and I will be able to hunt that cut cornfield, the holiday hunt.
Yeah.
Where things are lining up at this point. He might be able to start harvesting it next week in muzzleloader. But muzzleloader is only a week long, correct? Monday to Monday?
10 days.
10 days, so Monday to Wednesday?
Yeah, Monday to the following Wednesday.
Well,
And
I
then
guess
you
if he
get a
gets
couple days off
if he
for
gets it
Christmas.
done next week,
Right.
possibly something can happen. But at the moment, yeah, that's kind of my game plan. One of my other spots, I haven't checked see if the winter wheat's popping. If the winter wheat's popping, it might not be a bad spot to go sit. I'm kind of hoping it's popping, and I can give the spot that I'm waiting for him to cut the corn a rest, and I can go sit over on that winter wheat and maybe cross my fingers something walks out until that corn gets harvested. 65 acre piece, 42 of it is standing corn.
Mhm.
It's been brutal.
Yeah, it's been rough, dude. All the way around.
And when you have standing corn, that's just that much more cover, and those deer come out of anywhere, and they walk everywhere.
Yeah, you said
I've
they ended up
never-
cutting behind you tonight and just.
I've never experienced anything quite like it. It's definitely been a learning curve.
Well, you've never had
for-
corn up this late, have you?
No, usually they have the corn off by now.
They
They
decide-
pick it. They don't chop it, but they pick it.
Yeah,
And just the way the weather's been and everything,
soft fields.
soft fields, the moisture content and the corn. It's been a little bit of a struggle, but definitely learning from it. So, because it sounds like that's the farmer's plan with that property for upcoming years. So start planning ahead for the same situation
2 years.
in 2 years.
So it's going
'Cause
back
next
to
year
beans.
it will be beans, which will be okay because that does not cover.
You throw the 100 proof mix in it.
Yes, I can. There's a lot more I can do with it. I plan on doing some work with it. I already got an okay from the farmer. He gave me the thumbs up on a few things I wanted to do to try and improve it for next year and years to come. And we're gonna go in there and do that.
And we also picked up a new piece. I don't think we'll get out on it this year. We'll probably go scout it. But we got a piece that we
After
can hunt
season,
together.
probably.
Yeah. I want to.
We'll give it a walkthrough. It's
I
definitely
see-
easier to walk through a piece when the foliage is off. You get
Yeah.
a better view of what's going
Oh,
on.
no doubt, dude. I love, I mean, that's when I do like my property visits and all that stuff is, you know, in that March time frame, stuff like that. I got people chomping at the bit though, want to go like day after deer season lets out.
They're probably like me, haven't killed a good buck yet.
Possible.
Or they killed the biggest buck of their life and they want more.
They're like,
It's
hey,
like an addiction.
make it better.
It's an addiction.
Do something. But no, it's good, dude. I'm looking forward to that piece. I think it's got a lot of potential. I think it's going to be more of a gun piece than a bow piece, but I think there's going to be a couple spots that we can have it set up and hunt right. We just got to hunt it smart, and that might mean not driving up the driveway, but
Well,
parking.
majority of it is open field.
Yeah, it's another piece that we got a lot of open hay ground, a lot of hay ground on it actually. Not really row crop, and then there's some row
I'm
crops that
supposed to sit behind the garage
could do that
with a
too.
bipod with a rifle and wait for him to walk out.
Just sit there with the garage door open.
And give him a little.
Yep.
And
Turkeys have been out there, dude. It's a nice little turkey piece. It's a nice little piece. I'm looking forward to it. So
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. We'll see what we get on camera over there.
yeah, because it's all new. We have no history with the property. We got no
Mowing it, we've seen
some good deer and seen some good turkeys.
some nice deer.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't
There's
say
definitely-
any, like
definitely no-
owners,
definitely
but
no
I've seen-
shortage.
I've seen some nice deer. Oh, it was
Around the
good.
corner from that, I told you I saw that. Probably
I
one
thought
of
the
the
one
biggest-
deer was going to ride the mower with me.
at 1.6 at 106 that one year. Yeah, that was last year, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, but no, I saw that. Probably one of the biggest clean 10s I've ever seen. Just probably a mile down the road from that, which is nothing as a crow flies for one of them deer. So it's tough to say, dude. We'll see. Could be a little hidden gem. Again, it gives us more options, more places to spread out on.
Actually, gives you and me a piece that we can
Hunt and manage together.
hunt
Yeah.
together, which we've been kind of looking for.
And the nice part is it sounds like the landowners are pretty open to anything within reason that we want to do to, do to it, so to speak.
Get better at.
Yeah, they're all about the wildlife and all that stuff. Anything they can do to help.
Yeah, very nice people.
Real good folks. So, yeah, which will be coming up for Christmas here. I got their Christmas present. Hannah and me put that together the other night. That's over there in the box. Yeah, Christmas, dude. We got a whole bunch of Christmas goodies to give away for the show. It's a good time to talk about that. We're giving away, actually, I'll go get it. We're giving away a full bottle, custom bottle, one of a kind. Little Woodford Pinter.
Woodford Reserve. It has the 100 proof whitetails engraved on it.
And on the back,
3 of 3. So they're a number. There's 1 of 3.
yep, which we're going to keep.
Thanks to K&M and Barb and all that for setting this up and allowing stuff. I got a couple of cool gifts for some people by doing this. The engraving thing I thought was really cool that they did.
Yeah.
But Ben had a good idea. Take a little advantage of it for the show. And what's your thoughts on how to give this away?
So we've been doing, to enter into it, all you got to do is comment on our videos. And all you got to say is Merry Christmas. Pretty plain Jane and simple.
Then we put your name in a basket and draw it.
Yep, we're going to probably draw, I'm thinking next weekend.
So they got to say Merry Christmas in the comment, though.
Merry Christmas in the comments to get entered.
Then
So you
I'll,
can enter it live, or you can enter it after the show, whatever, on YouTube, Facebook, whatever.
Is that good?
Yep. we're going to keep it simple, 1 entry per person.
3 of 3.
The 3 of 3 bottle is going to go out to a lucky viewer, and then we're also giving away 5 12 Days of Christmas whiskey samples.
With that, or a different giveaway?
5 different giveaways. So anybody that enters with the Merry Christmas gets entered to win one of the prizes.
The 5 samples or
Yep.
the big one, the Woodford.
Yep, you got it. So, yeah.
Nice, that's cool.
Yeah, I figured that'd be a good way to do it. And we'll keep 1 of 3 here at the bar, and then 2 of 3, we'll probably give it away next time or something else. I don't know.
I'd say we save 1 for the end of season for the capper.
Yeah, 1 of 3 or something.
We'll do 1 of 3 for the end of season.
Yep. Nice little, like I said, it looks real nice, dude. Looks nice and crisp on it with the new video. I definitely like that. Definitely like that. So yeah, so anybody, we're going to keep this on the bar tonight, but anybody that wants to be entered to win this Woodford Reserve, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, or on the Bullhorn, all you got to do is drop a comment of Merry Christmas to get entered into this. Share it around to your friends and family as well, and help us get the word out about the show. And we're helping people and trying to spread some holiday cheer. And then we have one of the little handshakers over there right next to Nate, the little sampler bottles. We're giving away 5 12 Days of Christmas samples. So you'll get 12 different samples if you win one of those. 12 different little handshakers for each of the 12 Days of Christmas. You can drink them all together with your family and friends in one night if you want to. That's up to you, and that's your prerogative. But
or just hang out, do it by yourself, one by one, and try and critique it, whatever you want to do.
Yep. And I will say this: there's not a bad bottle in there.
Russell Jacobs, first one in the hat.
Yep. I think we've had like 12.
Get a notepad. I can write these down as they come in.
Yeah, we've had, I think, 12 that have been sent in on other YouTube videos when we talked about it at K&M. And then I talked about it in another video. I had that pad paper here somewhere.
So this would actually be number 13.
Yeah, I think Russ is like number 13, or maybe he's number 12. I can't remember. I got the rest of them written down. But we're keeping track of them.
When are you going to do this drawing?
I don't know. I don't know if we're going to do it. Do we do it next week, or do we wait from 2 weeks from now? Do we do it? I'm just trying to look at the calendar. When do we want to do this drawing for this?
We want to do it before Christmas.
Yeah. And I want to give time if I got to, drop those on somebody's doorstep.
So I'd say
So
the
we want
Merry
to do it next
Christmas
week?
comment is cut off the 12th.
And we'll draw on the 13th.
Yeah. Next episode, we're drawing.
Next episode, we're drawing the Woodford bottle and the handshakes. Like I said, to get entered with it.
So if you just comment Merry Christmas, you get a tag in for either or.
Yep. You can only win one of the prizes.
So you'll draw one, which will probably be the samplers first.
Yep. Draw all 5 samplers, and then whoever's last in there will
get the 100 proof engraved.
Yep. Exactly. And then we'll get a hold of the winners and set up a time to meet them. I know got a bunch of people that commented in on it. A couple of Keith's buddies that got turned on the show. Russ is in there. A couple of people from my hometown have commented in on it. So we'll put posts up on the 100 proof page and stuff like that on our pages to add some more people into the fold to help spread some word here this holiday season. But yeah, I like bottles of whiskey too, Russ. That's why I'm giving them away. And I'm actually giving away. I'm kind of bummed. I killed 2 bottles tonight to finish off the 12 Days of Christmas bottles. So I said I'm going to do 5 bundles of them. So I got to do 5 bundles of them. And unfortunately, I ended up killing a couple bottles, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
They're good bottles, and they're meant to be drank and enjoyed.
Yeah, so that's a cool thing we got going on if anybody's interested.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't.
Keith says, "Hey fellas, I don't count."
Keith,
you can enter
you
if
can
you
still
want.
win. Jesus, just text Merry Christmas.
Well,
I'm gonna message in Merry Christmas. I'm gonna get on my phone. I'm gonna win one of them things.
Yeah. Need not be present to win. So, yeah, if you want to comment in Merry Christmas, Keith, you go right ahead. I'm all for it. Nate, I'm all for you too. It's just if I draw your name, I'm throwing it over the other side of the bar.
I don't know, 'cause every time we get in something, I win.
Every time I've drawn.
Minus that one thing we went to with your dad. Usually I win.
Yeah, the Seneca Lake Duck one, that was a little bit of a bust.
Yeah,
Which we never got our glasses. I was kind of pissed about that.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike Vienna, if you're listening.
Probably not. He doesn't care about us anymore.
We're supposed to do a show.
Yeah. But he never called us, so.
Well, he's a busy man.
Yeah, he is. I see him driving around all the time.
He's a busy man, driving around, getting his coffee and donuts.
Yep. Keeping the water on, Phelps.
Yep, keeping the water on, Phelps.
You got it.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks. I'm not on the water. I got a well, but thanks for everything you do.
They probably tax you for it, though. You're probably in the water district.
Oh, God. What aren't I getting taxed for? My company gave me a $25 gift card for Christmas, and it's going to be taxed on my paycheck. So technically, I get like $12.
Holy
$15.
smokes. So they're going to give you a $25 gift card, but they're taking the tax of it out of your check extra?
Yes.
Why? Because the accountant said they needed to have a write-off, but still charge you guys tax.
Right.
Gotta love it.
Amazing.
I don't know.
Well, we're sitting here crossing our fingers so Monday you're going to have a buck tag again.
Mm-hmm. I've been actually.
You've been contemplating a couple deer. We did a little research before the podcast and definitely swayed your opinion towards another deer because we thought this one deer was wounded, might not make it through the season.
Might want to try to target him.
Might want to try and target him, but we got looking at it, and your persuasion goes back to the other deer.
Yep. So I think Crafty, I thought he got scabbed, but he's just got like almost discolorations in his hide that he's had all season. I've just never been looking for him or noticed him.
He has a lot of weird stuff going on.
Like
I don't know if he got whacked by a car and he's messed up or what.
Well, the one in his eye, I think, is definitely a tine.
Could be.
The one under his eye, I think, is definitely where he got stuck with his tine. I don't think a stick's doing that, man. That's like two. Or somebody missed him with the 22 mag. You know.
That is possible.
But nope, I thought he got scabbed in his front shoulder, but I look back at pictures and it just happens to be a discolored patch of his hide. So.
Or the same guy missed him twice.
Yeah.
A year ago.
Yep. So. But no, so I think I'm gonna, try to let him slide through. I think most of the neighbors are done for, most of the year. For buck-wise, they're still going to be out there trying to take a few does and stuff like that. But not really a whole lot of, older bucks that the neighbors and myself are looking to target. The one that I missed and hit with the bow and then had to let go because I didn't have a buck tag when I was out pulling cameras. I got to watch him breed a doe twice, which was cool. It's the first time I've ever seen a buck breed a doe in person.
Like 60 yards away.
Like 60 yards from me, and I'm sitting there with the handgun going.
I'm sitting there messaging Ben. I'm like, is that deer a pet?
Yeah.
What the frick is going on right now?
Yeah, good old D. So, yeah, we got some plans for D. We moved a couple stands and stuff around, try to hone in on where he might be going for late season food. We got some late season food in the neighborhood too, so gonna just hunt it smart, dude, and keep on it. And setting some observation sits, back off of stuff, trying to get eyes on him. Haven't put eyes on him since. But I think he's still around. And he's a good buck. He's better than.
So you're going back in and you're targeting the deer that you
hit with the bow.
Was not able to recover with your bow.
Mm-hmm. The same deer that I missed.
And he looks healthy as a horse, which is amazing.
Oh yeah. And then 10 days later, I whiffed him with the bow, and then, like I said, I had the encounter with him.
Which, in that argument,
dude,
yeah,
so
just keep going.
Yeah, so he's a homebody though, dude, and that's what's got me also torn on it. And you were giving me crap on it. You're like, maybe you should go after Crafty, and that's what we were talking about going back and forth before the show started.
Thinking if Crafty's gonna die and D's gonna survive, like D's gonna blow up. Yeah, we got looking at Crafty, and it looks like Crafty's fine.
I think he's fine. I think he's just a younger buck. Keith says, nice bar, Snowman. Where are some of those turkey decanters? Got one over here by the light, and then I got a whole shelf of them. They're too expensive to take on and off the shelves. They gotta stay up there. But he likes my little bar snowman. Hannah's grandma made us that. That it reminded me of with the hat with the ear flaps. Reminded me of cousin Eddie. Shitter's full.
Shitter's full.
So
Shitter's full, Clark.
I almost thought about putting a little hose in his hand. But yep. So
I guess kind of relay off of your situation.
Mm-hmm.
And you and me talk about this a lot. You know, it's all about, I guess, about circumstance or everybody's situation is a little different. You hunt a private piece that your family's owned,
Mm-hmm.
a couple 100 acres for how many years now?
15.
15. And you've done nothing but extensive work, invested your time, money, life into it, basically, and which is awesome. We all wish we could have that. On my side, my lack of production, I would say, would be food. My one hunting spot, they had beans. They harvested the beans, and I did do a little 100 proof mix in there. Oh, it was awesome. By what? Before they harvested it at the end of October. It was like 2 feet tall with the grain coming up through there. I was like, oh my God, I really hope they just harvest it and leave the bulbs. No, they harvested it, and then 3 days later, chisel plowed the whole thing and replanted it to winter wheat or triticale or something. So that's out of the question. But the winter wheat is a plus once it pops, but that also leads me to muzzleloader success.
Mm-hmm.
When the winter wheat pops, the timing of it.
Yeah. As long as it's not buried under 2 foot of snow.
We go back to my other piece. It's the same scenario. I have a grass field, and I have a 2-acre grass field and 40 acres of standing corn and about 10 to 15 acres of standing timber that I can hunt. And what do you call it? Screening. Mm-hmm. You call it screening. You put up sorghum and all this other stuff for screening. Well, the whole damn property is screening.
Yeah. It's an extra layer of cover.
And these deer that I'm dealing with over there, I'm just playing the wind. I'm going with my best wind spot / stand, and it definitely opened up a little more once gun opened. And it's been a challenge this year with that corn being standing this long. With the rut going on, I would say it wasn't really a big factor. Mm-hmm. I would say probably pre-rut to rut, I would not say that standing corn was a big factor.
Or a big issue.
Because pre-rut, you had them checking big issue.
Yeah.
You had them checking the scrapes. I feel like it was a secluded field, so they were coming in and out. I saw 4 different shooters. They just never got close enough. I think the closest one got 45 yards. And I really wasn't comfortable taking a 45-yard shot. That, and I couldn't even get him to stop. I tried grunting at him. He was just kind of cruising. He knew where he wanted to go.
Right.
And then we switch over into gun, which gives me a few more options just because you can back off, you can get in those little shrub hedgerows and everything, and you can play different winds a little better with a rifle because you can reach out and get them. You don't have to be in a stand, and that's kind of what I've been doing. And
as long as the crop's down.
Well, the crop's still up, and you're taking a 50-50 shot whether you're going to sit this side of the field or that side of the field, and you play the wind, and you're like, well, if they come from this way, and they decide they want to, and you sit here, and they come from this way, well, they're going to bust you. But if you sit here, and if you sit on the north side, and they come from the south, you're mint.
Yeah,
especially with the northwest.
You had them swing behind you tonight.
They swung behind me tonight, and I didn't pick the right spot. Like, hindsight, 2020, I should have went to the north side of the field, blew my scent over the standing corn on top of the hill, And those deer would have just came out and fed. And
Yeah,
would
but they
never
would've
even known I was there.
They'd have come out the top tonight if you'd have done that, and then blown behind you.
Yeah, honestly, the way things are moving, I think there was going to be like 30 deer in that field tonight.
Just piling out of everything around it.
I
Instead of
really
a bunch
do.
coming out of that bedding area behind you, down behind you.
Well, down low is when they first started feeding out, and I'm like, that's what I want them to do with this spot.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they need to be low.
I'm like, that's a 90-yard shot.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, feeding along the edge. Just keep feeding along that bottom edge. On that west edge, I got a northwest wind. I'm golden.
The same spot.
And then deer started coming in behind me. Yeah, same spot I shot my rifle buck last year.
Mm-hmm.
And deer started coming in behind me, and I'm pretty sure it was probably a mature doe. Picked my son up. I don't know, saw me move or something. I don't know. I didn't know she was behind me. Blew. Everything left the field, and that was the end of the night.
Keith says, Nate, well, kind of went right back into your conversation. I don't know the comment come in. Keith commented in, says, do you hunt from the ground a lot? He says, I've taken 3 so far from the ground in the last 3 years. I find myself with the gun. I do like sitting on the ground for the gun because of the flexibility of it at times.
It depends on my setup.
Yeah.
It depends on the setup. If I have a stand that is good for the setup with gun season, I will sit the stand.
Mm-hmm.
People talk about getting mobile. I don't think there's anything more successful than actually getting mobile with a rifle.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be deadly, absolutely.
Grab a camp chair, go tuck yourself up in a hedgerow with some
absolutely, dude.
goldenrod in front of you, and just, if you're anticipating them deer coming out of there, just set up downwind from them.
Yeah. Or get an observation, sit in, and then make a move, for
you
next
can,
day,
you can
later
really
that
key
week
in on some deer in gun season. The tough part about, I would say, where I hunt is it's small blocks of woods. So every block is pressured different. The higher pressure blocks, the deer either hold tight and they move out of them in the evening,
mm-hmm.
and then they go back to them, or you say the lower pressure blocks, they're really just moving to the optimal food source. Whether it's across the road, whether it's where you're hunting, whether it's the neighbor's piece to the north, that's all they're doing this time of year. And I was talking to a friend of mine he's been hunting his whole life, but he never really actually put a lot of thought into it, and he wants to get a little more involved. So I gave him a little bit of my advice. And his house and his driveway sits on the north side of his property. And he owns, I think, 16 acres. Hillside, pond on the bottom. Mm-hmm. He's got a nice setup right there in Palmyra. Mm-hmm. He's in buck country. So he's been hunting it and hunting. He's just not seeing anything. I was like, well, what are you doing? I go, what's your train of thought before you go out and sit? He goes, well, I've just been hunting the stands that the guy left here. I was like, well, those stands are probably put in those positions for a specific reason, And
yep.
I said, by the looks of things, from what I see your property, I said, the old Tin Cup guy. I told him, I said, well, you should probably, mainly focus on a south wind on your property.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I said, blow your scent over that pond, blow your scent back to your house, blow your scent over to the neighbor's house, whatever southwest, southeast, southwest, whatever. I said, just blow it that way. Mm-hmm. I said, because all the deer are going to be in that cover. And I don't know if it was like a light bulb that went off for him or whatever. And he said, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right. And then we started going through some basic stuff.
Yep, picking it apart a bit.
He goes, well, maybe I need to move my stand. I was like, well, if the guy before you had it there, I said maybe have somebody, why it was there, and maybe think about having somebody with a little knowledge come out and look at that specific spot. Maybe there's a reason that guy was there, right? That stands there. 'Cause usually there is. And from the looks of things,
especially those old home built ones and stuff like that, dude.
This is a tripod.
Yeah, same idea. If somebody's putting the effort to put a stand in there,
there's a reason.
Yeah.
And you just got to figure it out and see if it's
right. Right. So, this is a great time. Pause for bathroom break for Nate. This is a great time again to talk about the giveaways we're doing here for the holiday season for folks. We are giving away a 12 Days of Christmas sampler pack. We're going to give 5 of these away. So you'll get 1 sample a day for the 12 Days of Christmas. So starting Christmas Day all the way to Epiphany in January 5th, because the 12 Days of Christmas is Christmas on, if you didn't know that. And we're giving away 1 of these custom 100 proof Whitetails Woodford Reserve bottles. All you got to do is comment in Merry Christmas on any of our posts, any of our videos, and you'll be entered to win that. You can only enter 1 time, but we appreciate you guys tuning in like always. And feel free to send it around for your friends and family if you want to grab a couple more entries that way. Have your friends and family comment in as well. And feel free to share it around to your friends and family as well. So got a nice Woodford Reserve pocket pint, or whatever you want to call it. And then again, we'll be giving away, rather than having all 12 of them up here, we just pulled this little one out tonight. But there'll be 12 bottles, 1 for each day for the 12 Days of Christmas. One of the other guys that's on the show does help me with the whiskey content, Keith. He's working on his advent calendar. I gave him 25 pours for the whole month of Christmas. So I did an advent calendar instead of 12 whiskeys at Christmas. But yeah, there's some really good stuff in there. There's Weller's in there. There's turkey products in there, which we're big fans of. There's some local New York stuff in there. There's a whole bunch of stuff, dude, in that 12 Days of Christmas. Actually, I'll pull up the whole list. I'll tell you what's on it in no particular order. The 12 Whiskeys of Christmas. And again, dude, there's some nice stuff in there. And again, all you got to do is comment in Merry Christmas on any of our posts, and you're entered to win.
How many Merry Christmases we got? Bo Hunt, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. He says our connection's great tonight. Thank you.
Well, it is, yeah,
We've been
upgraded. We got a booster.
We got a little booster now.
Finally got his booster.
And we're switching around how we broadcast it. So the Bullhorn sends just to YouTube, and then we stream it directly on Facebook, right on the website itself, to keep it from wanting to send from a middleman to Facebook. Because YouTube wasn't our issue. YouTube was going across fine with everything. But when we were watching it back, it was always the Facebook that was making the issues for folks. So I'm glad it sounds like we got it figured out. So again, all you got to do is comment in Merry Christmas. And even if you don't want to get entered, or you don't want to win it, you can give it to a friend, family member. I'm sure there's somebody that you know in your life that, would be happy to have a nice little Christmas cheer.
Did you explain what it was?
Yep. Yep. I got it. I did that while you were in the bathroom. Yeah, I think, dude, you and Keith, anybody that's been on the show can win too. I don't need to. I have the bottles that I poured the 12 samplers out of, and like I said,
you don't have the engraved ones.
I do.
One of a kind. Every single bottle, one of a kind.
Mm-hmm. Gotta love it, dude.
One of one. If you're a card collector, that means something.
Yeah, this is number 3.
One in the world.
Yep.
This is the only one in the world.
That's a 303. Mm-hmm. Yep. I think we'll keep the 1 of 3.
What? No, we give it away.
The 1 of 3 bottle? What do you mean give it away? Nate's just giving all the stuff away.
Give it away.
Just buy it all. Give it away.
If we're going to keep one, then I'm not going to chime in.
Well, you said we crack one. I thought you wanted to crack one.
It's Woodford. Crack your Woodford.
Oh, the double oak? Yeah.
The same thing.
A little different, but same distillery. Keith says, stupid question. Can I take a buck with my bow during muzzleloader? You can take a buck if you still have your archery tag or your bow muzzleloader tag.
Which Keith does.
Yep, which Keith does.
Yes, Keith.
You can do that. Yep. You can use any primitive weapon, muzzleloader, or bow or crossbow during the late season and the holiday season in your respective area if you have those seasons open and available to you. But I know Northern Zone is shut down. Northern Zone's done.
All done.
For the year.
Fully
Yep.
done.
Yep. So.
Seen a lot of posts.
Yep.
Them guys.
Yeah,
All done.
There's some good bucks, dude, that got whacked over there in the northern tier this year. I mean, good bucks all around the state. Some really, really impressive ones. They got that one, was it 180 something in Tioga County, the clean 12. That was a heck of a buck. going to be like top 20 or top 25 possibly in New York State for all time.
12.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a big non-typical killed in Upper Wayne County. Bunch of deer, dude.
I want to know what that soda spot goes.
That's the one. I think Andy said he's like 210.
It's questionably.
He's over two. I think he's over two.
He might be number 2.
Possible.
They were questioning possibly number 1.
Possible. Keith sent me a message, says video and audio is mint. Video, he said, is way better on YouTube quality. So if anybody wants better quality video, you can go over on the YouTubes. But, I mean, it all looks good, dude. It's not glitchy. Everybody says it's been better tonight. Haven't had a lot of...
You got the booster.
Haven't had the Merry Christmas comments. Nobody wants to win bottles. It's free alcohol.
Maybe people don't drink. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just tuning on here to watch us drink
They're here
and make
for
fools of ourselves.
That's possible. They're just waiting for Jesse to show back up.
Oh.
No, like people will message me and be like, "How do I get in?" It's just like all you gotta do is just write "Merry Christmas" on one of our videos or one of our posts or whatever. Oh, you're all out of your honey?
Grab me another one of them.
I don't have another honey. I got a ruby.
It doesn't matter.
Ruby red. We're cleaning out my garage fridge right now.
So then take your room in. It's probably disgusting.
Sorry, bud.
Are you gonna reset it?
No.
What are you doing?
I'm pulling up the 12 whiskeys of Christmas. So we have, there's two New Yorkers in there. There's one of my custom blends. There's some wheated bourbons in there. There's some stuff you can't get in the United States in there. Some travel exclusive stuff. There's a Weller. Dude, there's some really nice stuff in there. And there's a couple bottles on there that made
knob?
There's some knob in there.
You gotta have some knob with your whiskey.
Gotta have a 12-year-old knob in there.
Yep.
So, yeah. And then, like I said, custom. And then there's one scotch. I did put one scotch in there. So, it's a nice little list. I don't know what the approximate value is on it. Hannah had me add it up the other day. Chase comments in, says Merry Christmas. Thank you, Chase.
Ooh, write it down. Write it
down. Get you
down.
right in there. Get you right entered. And again, we'll be giving this away next episode. So any of your entries, we'll do a couple posts this week, but any of your entries got to be in by the start of the live show.
No,
Tuesday.
End of Tuesday.
Midnight
Tuesday. If it ain't in by midnight Tuesday, you're done. It gives us time to look through it all.
Which is the 12th.
Yeah.
Oh, and then next week, maybe we have my dad on because it's his birthday.
Wow.
Brian's birthday.
Brian ain't coming on.
My mom might bring him over. My mom might bring him over.
Get on here. I mean, he is the OG.
Yeah.
Of the
without him, I wouldn't be.
He's the 100 proof OG.
Bonded.
You'd be like me. You'd be out there scraping on.
I might not even be hunting, dude, if my dad didn't get me into it.
Oh, you might not even know what gender you are.
That's quite possible. I can't speak to that. William says, looking festive tonight. Thank you. Yeah, we put a little decor down here. I put a little Christmas tree. And actually, Nate, you can't see it in the video, but I put one of the old elk pourers up on top of the tree for the tree topper. One of the little...
Full metal cast.
Yep.
It's pretty nice.
A, B, C, D. Can't remember D.
It's not bad. Can't remember D. D is for duh.
Yeah. Oh, D. Distillation proof. For
D is the buck Ben shot and missed this year. Also,
which D are we talking about?
There's a lot of D's going around.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna keep rubbing it in on Ben. I haven't shot one yet, and I haven't even got a shot at one yet. But he shot one and missed one.
Same one.
So just rubbing it in like a real good friend.
Yeah.
Would, you know?
But yeah, we'll put a post up because I've actually reorganized down here at the bar. So I'll probably put a couple pictures up this week and stuff like that for folks to get entered in and all that stuff. Will says no T-Rex tonight. Short arms. It was just jokes from the K&M the other night when they stopped by for the tasting.
Did it involve Keith?
Yeah.
Small and short arms.
Yeah. You got it.
Yeah,
You got
no. Sorry, no Keith.
Yep. No Keith tonight.
You're stuck with me.
Yep. He said he's feeling a little under the weather. So I told him, stay away from me. I said I like tasting my whiskey around the holidays. So, but yeah, I think D's going to be the main focus, dude. I got some historical pictures. I'm going to play the 1 year rule a little bit, but mostly it's just hunting Grandma Smart with the smoke pole.
Just hunt it smart, weather, and food. That's all you need.
Yep.
And
The
you
1
got
year-
the food. You
the
just
one-
need the weather, and then hunt it smart.
Yep. And I think we can.
And that's what I'm lacking. Food.
And I think the way to hunt grandmas is double team it and, hunt it on, both ends of the farm. Both
You're gonna
ends
bring
of
me
food.
over so I can shoot D?
You got to take that up with Brian. You got to ask Brian's permission for that. I can't give you that.
Damn it, Brian.
I'm not even going to ask. You can ask.
I ain't asking. I ain't begging Brian for nothing.
Yeah, I hear you. But no, we'll see how it goes. I got a good feeling about it, dude, because I know he's there. I know he's a homebody. I got history with him. I'm hoping to get a crack at him. So we'll see. The holiday season is nice.
I mean, you're hoping to get a crack at him. You had two.
I know. Well, technically, I haven't. I've had
I'm
him within
bitter.
range of my weapon within 3 times.
Everybody listening, I'm bitter because I have not had a crack at anything yet.
Well,
Likewise.
one deer you'd be looking to shoot, a buck you'd be looking to shoot.
Right. Yeah, I've had a crack at a nice 2-year-old.
Yeah. And you did shoot a doe.
You might have went 100 inches. Probably
Yeah.
not. I don't think you would have. Maybe. I got a doe.
Yeah. But no, it's a good time. Keith says I'm here. Keith's in the comments. He's keeping the YouTube feed alive.
Keith's the man.
Yep. Thank you, Keith. Appreciate it.
He's a big buck hunter now.
Yep. I told him he should have mounted that buck. That was also in the comments that night. I think he should have shouldered him.
If it's your biggest one, you mount it, no matter what.
I think that's a good rule of thumb.
And then if you just like it, you mount it.
Mm-hmm. Unless your wife says no.
Well, you
This one would have been my Rudolph. This would have been number 9.
so we'd have had all the
Reindeer.
reindeer.
I've been able to put a 9th one out in front of the reindeer lineup.
We should do that with Owen and Maisie and
A wagon or something.
your little girl. We'll figure it out. I'll mount it on the front of my 4-wheeler. It's a
Yeah, we
rod
could-
with dip, dip, dip.
Yeah.
I can weld that shit up, no problem.
Maybe put a wheel out there to support it out in front. Because that's going to be a lot
Yeah,
of weight.
but you would need like a
Cross piece.
no, not a cross piece. A wheel that spins.
Oh, like a caster wheel.
Caster. That's what I was looking for.
Kind of like a caster wheel. I think we could do it. I've seen a lot of pictures of it. I think it'd be pretty cool.
We do it in the sauerkraut parade.
Ooh, 100 proof.
100 proof in the sauerkraut parade.
They have freaking the kids throw.
I want my 150 as Rudolph.
You can, yeah. We can mix and match it. Because, I mean, some of them wouldn't look, the best. I think the pedestals might be tough to. No, pedestals, I don't know. We can play around with it. We got enough between the two of us to pick out 9 reindeer.
Comments Rocky.
Yeah. Put him and George next to each other, the 2 6s.
The 2 6s just
In the back of the sleigh. They're just
wheel horses.
They're just they're just all muscle and no brain.
Yeah.
Just big 6s.
Yeah.
Everybody's got big 6s. But, yeah. No, it's dude, it's a grind. It's nice to shoot one, obviously opening day, but it also has kind of been a little bit of a drag.
I would rather be in your shoes.
It gets me. I'm stuck here more at the house, dude. I'm doing random projects and shit, and
That's good though.
I know it is, but my wife is driving me nuts with it.
That's not good. You said that on a live.
Yeah, I know.
Anna, he loves you.
I love you, dear,
Jesus Christ.
but it's been rough. But it's looking better. I will say that. Afterwards, it does look better. So,
Oh, D-Rex tonight. Bo Hunt. You ain't got much to say. Come on, Bo. What do you got?
but no, it's I think this late season, dude, and right now too, is another good thing just popped into my head. You got the second rut coming around. You got that second estrus cycle to key up on.
Oh, that'll be full swing after Christmas.
Well, the fawn's coming into estrus. Yeah, if you're in an
Do
area
you think
where
it's happening right now, or do you think it's later?
I think it's starting right now. I think honestly that, again, based on where it happens, but usually around us we have a big lockdown.
See, they call it a second rut. I think it's the same rut, just less pressure.
I think it's a second spike of estrus. That's how I view the second rut. So what it is?
I think human pressure has something to do with that, though.
What's that?
The rut.
What, the second one?
The second rut. I think human pressure has something to do with that.
Explain. I like where you're going with this. Explain. Like, is that why it's not as intense or subdued, or what's your?
Well, slightly. So the rut is very intense until opening day.
Okay.
Opening day. Why does it just a wall happens? Human pressure.
I agree with that. It's the
Every
same thing.
swinging dick / what, everything is out there with a shotgun / rifle trying to kill a fucking deer. Opening morning. Mm-hmm. It's a pumpkin patch.
Mm-hmm. And the deer know that, absolutely. And it's the same thing.
They get skittish, they get worried, they get weary, and it takes them probably a couple weeks to really recover from an intense thing like that. I mean, it's like war. I mean, they're watching their buddies get killed, their friends get killed. So then, week later, Thanksgiving, boom, same thing happens. Maybe on a lighter scale, lighter hit scale. Same thing, but lighter hit scale. Mm-hmm. 2 weeks of just bombardment.
Right.
And then, all right, how long is it going to take for them deer to fucking recover from that?
Getting toward the end of season and bouncing in now. Like I said, if you got food and stuff now, it's going to be hot.
So, the last week of gun season, the way New York has it set up, last week of gun season is when the deer start getting back on a normal pattern. Mm-hmm. And people call it the second rut or whatever. And I'm not saying there's not deer coming into estrus then. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying the deer you're probably seeing are because of the lack of human pressure.
Then it's dialing off. And yeah, I could see that. But I think that there's also opportunities to target some of these bucks. Like if you got predictable does on a late season food.
I mean, if Susie's banging off an 870 5 times over there.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And Johnny's banging off his 270 over here about 3 times, and then you're in the middle. I don't think that buck's just chasing that doe right between them and you, and he just doesn't care and coming through. I don't think that's a thing at all.
Yeah, I think some
bow season is different because if you whip a deer in bow season, it is not an anxiety-riddled thing that happens to them. You touch a shotgun off within 100 yards of a deer, sends a jolt through them. They'll remember that. Mm-hmm. That's my opinion.
I definitely think
what do they say? Opinions are like assholes.
Everybody's got them.
Everyone's got one.
Yep, and some stink.
Huh? Was that a jab at me?
Come on, you gotta have a little humor.
Was that a jab at me?
No, it was just right there for the taking. It wasn't a jab at you. It was just a general joke. But no. I think it does too, and that lends into like in the beginning of October, people call it the October lull and all that stuff. And people don't realize that beginning of October is when the deer herd is at its biggest for the season. Literally, opening day of bow season is when there's the most.
October low is because of human pressure.
Yep, it's the same thing that you're equating that to is the.
So you might as well call it the November lull, and then when the pressure wears off, they start getting back into what they're just picking up where they left off.
In the December side of thing, and they're going to slant more towards food. So if you don't have food on your property, and that might be ag, and that might be a timbered over area. Depends on, it's all relative. Depends on your area. But you know, like this is a good point. I had a question the other day from somebody that says I have an acre of, what was it? I think it was an acre of standing soybeans with some brassicas mixed into it over the top, and another brassica plot, and there's hardly any deer hitting it.
Where's that? I'd like to hunt that right now.
Yeah, I know. But they were wondering why they're not seeing a lot of deer on it, or pictures and or encounters, and there's a lot of food left.
Accessing it wrong, hunting it wrong, leaving it wrong,
being out there all the time,
going out there
pressure.
every day,
neighborhood pressure.
Just neighborhood pressure. And I mean, depends on how big your block is. I mean, those are just like opinions I'm throwing out there before you get to the where you're leading up to.
Right, and I think
those are some of my immediate thoughts.
And the other thing I thought of is it could be, depends on what's still around. Like you said, maybe that block, 100 yards from there's a 30-acre standing corn lot still. There could be better food in the neighborhood, or more unpressured food in the neighborhood, and that's where they are. Or, and I said the most general thing, maybe you just don't have a high enough deer density to be damaging your crop. That's always a possibility as well. Me, I tried to put in upwards of 5 acres of fucking soybeans. They level them. They just got too much deer density, especially in the summer, which is tough. So that's why we don't usually put as much beans in anymore. Bo Hunt, there he is, comments in. Says, question for you guys. I'm getting my property logged as we speak. It used to be a park-like setting, deer woods, with a ton of leaf litter on the ground. Have you ever heard of anyone using a leaf blower to clear small pockets, allowing sunlight to hit the soil and promote the growth for native vegetation more quickly?
I say hell yeah.
I haven't heard of anybody blowing leaves.
For vegetation growth, no. For access purposes, yes.
I've heard of people doing that, blowing off trails for access.
But I would say, actually, I mean, you get sunlight to the ground, you're going to...
I mean, I guess it would depend on how thick a leaf litter. But usually, dude, by the spring, that's mostly all broke down pretty easy.
Bo, I got a question for you. Are you planning on doing like a throw and grow in there or something? Is that like your plan for blowing it off?
I think he's just talking to get the sunlight down for
just
more
natural
native vegetation. Yeah,
natural purposes.
I think the biggest thing would be leaving tops behind so you can protect some of that new growth and make some pockets of that cover, inside of that too. Because just cutting them and then cutting all the tops down, I've seen that where you're just as open.
Yeah, but he said loggers. I mean, so the trails? Like, what do you mean by pockets? He's
talking about trying to get more sunlight to hit the soil because he's thinking he's going to have too much leaf cover on the top of the soil to not let plants come up through it. I don't think he has to worry about that.
So loggers coming in, taking the trees out.
And he's worried about the leaves being too much of a mulch layer, so to speak, for the vegetation to come up through it. I don't think it's an issue. I think he'll be fine.
No, the leaves are supposed to die back down into the soil to give it nutrients to grow whatever's in it.
Yeah, I said,
that's the natural process.
Unless you're having a ridiculously heavy...
Unless your whole woods is maple, I think you're safe.
Might be.
Because maple sucks with leaves.
Yeah, but it's tough. If they're big mature parkwoods trees, too, I think you'll be surprised how much is going to respond in there very quickly to it.
Parkwood, you know where he hunts?
No, he said in this comment, park-like setting. So he's talking big, wide open timber. You can see for 200-300 yards through it, kind of stuff. I'm assuming when he says park-like setting. So you're definitely going to have more food, and I would definitely leave some tops in there when you're getting it cut to leave some structure in the woods. Bo says a lot of maple.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maple pile up leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's getting at. The amount of leaves that drop, he's worried about them
covering
not being
too much
gone by spring.
Right.
So yeah, Bo, if there's a certain area that you specifically want to grow effectively or more, I would say I would go in there and I would leaf blow it. Get rid of those leaves and let the sunlight get to the soil sooner, and you're going to have more come through. I mean, makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think.
I mean, if you're just going to want to walk through the whole woods and blow the whole thing out, I mean, that's cool. But I mean,
I think a good amount of it will break down plenty to get a good growth through it. I think.
I don't know, dude. I got a couple maple trees in my yard, and they're a pain in my ass. They kill my grass with their leaves.
Well,
if I don't rake them.
Yeah, grass. Yeah, grass is.
I'm saying leaf blow it. If you have a dry evening or whatever, go out there and leaf blow it. Those leaves are gone. Go out there and leaf blow it. Rake it. Whatever you want to do before you plant it, or you want whatever to grow through. I said that's my opinion. Ben will give you his.
Yeah, I'm leave tops behind and see what it does, and if you gotta blow it the following year, I can blow it the following year. But I think that there's probably other things you can do, clean up trails, access wise after loggers pull out or whatever, and pick that apart with a little bit of chainsaw cutting and stuff like that. Yeah, you'll be surprised how much that leaf litter breaks down. And I have primarily our woods is mostly maple too, maple hickory. So, and if you knock a hole in it, there's areas I can go in and show you where we've cut bedding areas in, and it's got blackberries and briars up to your nose and over your head. So he's just looking at pockets 30 by 30. Yeah, absolutely. Go in there for 15, 20 minutes, whatever it takes, blow out some pockets, and if you want to give it a try, I'd be curious to hear the results of that. I've never heard of I've heard of people burning it, but New York's not burn friendly. So I can't recommend it. Can't recommend that. You can look into the whole permitting process for burning in New York if you want to.
30 by 30 pockets. So he's making 30 by 30 bedding areas?
Yeah, he's blowing out the leaves so he can get some natural regen to bounce back in there.
Well, I got that, but I'm kind of curious what his thought is. Like, obviously, there's some browse intrigue going on, but what's his long-term plan with those 30-30 pockets? Are those bedding areas? Because, I mean, after a couple of years, that's just going to be, like, thick as shit.
Could be. Depends on what it comes back to right off. And then keeping an eye on what you got coming up. Make sure you don't got invasives coming in, because that'll be the first things that start popping in your timber cuts. Is you'll have.
We like invasives. Honeysuckle, buckthorn,
multiflora.
We like that.
Bindweed, fucking
thick. Thicker the better.
What the hell's the other
one?
What's the one with the vine? The other one with the vine. That's a pain in the ass.
Grapes.
Well, grapes are native. They can be damaging though, but can't think of the.
Think I was going to stab you?
No.
Jesus.
Just a reaction.
You give me this crappy fucking raspberry crap.
I'm sorry. It's what was left in the fridge up there, dude. Dude, there you can have the non-alcoholic stuff.
I'll just have the raspberry crap.
Sorry. There's some whiskey. No, not a big whiskey guy. Yeah, I think that's. I'd be interested in hear how that works, and I'd be interested in seeing like side by side where you blew, where you didn't blow, because obviously you're going to have to take all that material. You might be better off if you got access to a machine actually, pulling it off with like a York rake or scraping it off with like the bucket of a tractor or something. Be quicker, I think, than a leaf blower. And then you get a little ground manipulation too to spark that seed bank. I don't know. It's tough to say without looking at it.
It says park setting. Leaf blower. I'm assuming it's a dirt ground. Leaves just fell on it from the logging. It's leaf blower. There's already grass on it. The leaves fell on it.
No, he's talking wide open park, like there's nothing growing under it because it's so thick. Or so shaded, rather. It's a fully mature woods. Is what
But he said it just got logged.
Yeah, he's in the process of getting it logged. Yep. So I think he'll be fine because of all the sunlight that's already coming in there. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm curious how the 30 by 30 pockets are gonna.
I like the
Come
leaf
out.
blowing idea. Do 50-50, Bo. Leaf blow, 50-50, leave the other 50.
On a 30 by 30
Do a
square.
report and let us know.
Yeah, I'd be curious on
See
that.
if
for
like
sure.
what the growth difference was.
Absolutely.
That's badass. That's cool shit.
Nothing is growing under the leaves.
There you
That's
go.
well. That's also unless you've had areas that have been logged in the past and it's not growing. But if you're talking
we're
about,
having a hard time visualizing what you're saying.
Well-
I think I have a good idea.
yeah, I think nothing's growing under the leaves because of all the shade that you've had from all the trees. I don't think it has anything to do with. And
He's
it could
not
be,
planting anything.
No,
he
he's
just
not
wants-
talking about planting.
He just wants natural growth to come up through.
Which I'm saying I don't think he needs to leaf blow it. The reason nothing's coming up through the leaves right now is because there's not enough sunlight and or there's too high a deer density for what is popping up. The deer are eating as soon as it pops up. That would be my guess. That's what. So
Let us know. I am curious about this one.
yeah, heavy overstory, no sunlight hitting the ground. Yeah, that's why nothing's growing through the leaves. There's no sunlight. So it has nothing to do. What could have some to do with the leaf cover, I think, but it's more to do with the lack of sunlight from that.
Yeah,
And-
but it just got logged, so he should have sunlight coming through.
Yeah, but you won't see that till this growing season. He won't have seen any growth until this growing season. So,
I still say do 50-50. I want to see the difference in it.
yeah, I'd be curious to see the leaf blown versus non-leaf blown versus whatever you use to rake it off or whatever. I mean, you could use a hand rake too, I guess.
It's the same thing as blowing them,
Yeah.
just moving them aside.
Mhm.
Just making bare ground versus leaf ground.
Right.
It's not that hard.
No, I think that's a good plan. But, yeah, actually,
That's what I would do. That's actually what I'm doing with a food plot I got this year.
scratch it up a little bit here.
I'm going to scratch it up. I'm going to plant a little clover in it, and then I'm going to just frost seed. I want to see the difference.
Mhm.
I'm going to have a good answer for you guys here.
Yep.
So is it worth running a drag over a grass field, plant clover / alfalfa,
hmm
or just frost seed it? Does it make a difference? I'm going to let you know.
Yeah.
I think it will make a difference by opening the ground a little bit, but Ben doesn't seem to think so.
It's the grass component in the hayfield is what's going to make it tough for clover to get established. Is my thing with it, but I think it'll end up being okay for you. Bo's comment was there and then it disappeared. He said favorite fruit trees. So favorite fruit trees would probably be for me is whatever's dropping during season.
Apples.
And whatever's on mine and not my neighbor's. Apples are good. I like pears. Plums can be a pain right in the butt.
Green apples.
Yeah, I do like the greenies.
The Granny Smiths. Whatever your grandma told you the green apples freaking were. Plant them son of a bitches. Because those are cold, hardy apples. And those apples last until deer season. I still got apples in my yard right now my dogs are eating.
Yep.
Plant those green skin apples.
Yeah, the greenies that I call them, or greenings. I think they were like a baking apple or a pie apple. I think was the varietal.
Pie apple.
Yep,
So my mom always said they were.
yep. And they
Plant
are.
them sons of bitches. Get
Yeah.
about 500 of them on your property.
I like them. I like pears. There's a lot of. There's a couple good red varietals too. Northern Spies.
And then 30 by 30 pockets of
Yeah, make sure you got.
beans and corn in between the apples.
You're just gonna have his whole piece mapped out.
What does Bo think of that?
Well, if he's got full woods or whatever, that's gonna be tough. He's gonna have to open up some big swaths of pockets to get corn and beans in there if it's been timber forever.
No, I just Just the idea.
Oh, gotcha. What about persimmon? Do you think they'll survive? Depends on your grow zone. Um, and it depends on the varietal of the persimmon you're buying. So check with who you're getting them from. I know
That was interesting.
Blue Hill. What's that?
No.
Blue Hill Wildlife Nursery out of Pennsylvania has some really good stock. They actually have some tin cup persimmon. Um, I don't know what grow zone they've been tested down to, but it grows amazing in mine because that's where the tree came from, is our farm. That self-fertile persimmon that he's doing. Um, yeah, I would make sure that it's not a low hardiness tolerant persimmon. They're great. They do very well. They last very long in the season. They're still orange right now. So, yeah, he's got to come out and actually take some more cuttings this spring for trees. So, yeah, like I said, depends on your grow zone, Bo. I would check where your grow zone is and what you are in central New York. If you're getting closer to that foothills of the Adirondacks or edge of the Catskills and stuff, your grow zone's obviously going to be probably a zone and a half, probably different than mine. So I would say plant them in kind of a sheltered, protected area, someplace where they're not going to get a ton of exposure. And maybe not a low-lying area, like an area that first gets frost, an area that they'll be extra susceptible to the cold. They're going to want full sun, relatively well-drained soil. Definitely not anything soft or wet. They don't like that. So, and they also don't like hard clay, which also is wet at times. But I think persimmons are a decent one to try, but I would definitely look into a good cold hardy varietal. But I do like Nate's point with those pie apple, those greenings or whatever you want to call them. I just call them greenies.
Greenies,
they're good.
We always call them Granny Smith.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's actually the variety, but
yeah, I think that's a good one. So, all right. So one more reminder for you guys tonight. If you guys are interested in winning any of our holiday giveaways, we're doing a 12 Whiskeys of Christmas. I'm not going to sign off without you. I'm just giving another Merry Christmas plug. So if you want to get entered to win the 12 Whiskeys of Christmas, all you simply have to do is type Merry Christmas on any of our posts between now and next Tuesday is when we're closing it down. That way we can draw next Wednesday for the show. And we'll be giving away 5 of those 12 Whiskeys of Christmas samples. And then one lucky winner is going to win a Woodford Reserve 100 proof Whitetails engraved bottle. And then next year we'll probably do some giveaways. We're talking hats, maybe some new hoodies with the actual new logo on it, with the 100 proof logo instead of the old logo that we can't use the name anymore. But yeah, we'll be giving those away. And like I said, it's super simple to enter. All you got to do is write Merry Christmas. And even if you aren't interested in winning it, you can give it to a family member. It will make a great Christmas gift that you don't have to go out and get to give to your whiskey person in your life that might enjoy the spirit. Or you can share it, friends and family. But yeah, there's some good bottles in here. A couple New Yorkers. There's one of my custom blends that I did.
Jeez, we do the commercial
bottles
again?
Yeah, of course we got to do a Christmas commercial. We got some stuff that is travel exclusive, meaning you can't buy it in New York. We got a knob. There's got to have a knob.
I like knob.
Got to have a knob. There's a Scotch in there, a couple other good ones, and a couple of them that actually made our top 16 whiskeys of the year are in that 12 sampler. So there's 12 really good samples in that. And a one-of-a-kind.
What are they going to do, guess it?
No, it's in there. It'll be in a little.
Send them the list with the bottles.
Yes, I'm going to.
Then have them mark it down, mail it back, and they get a sweet prize.
What's the sweet prize?
I don't know. We got to figure it out.
You got to give more stuff away?
What do you want to give away?
I don't know. So.
Bo Hunt's going to win it all. He's the only one that tunes in.
Gotcha.
And Keith.
No, we got Bo, Keith. We had Will tune in for a little bit. Chase, Russ. We had a bunch of folks on tonight. I think the video and the audio is definitely better. And we got a lot of comments in that I think we fixed that and got it right. It's the booster. It's the booster.
The booster.
So yeah, so good luck this weekend, guys, for the last weekend of regular season. It can change in a minute, dude.
That's it.
Can't get
That's why I was out there tonight, and I thought it was going to change tonight, but no,
can't get pessimistic on it, man.
I suck.
That'll be all right.
I don't suck.
You know how it goes.
I know.
So,
What's Bohan say?
LOL, laughing out loud. It's pretty comical, but yeah. So good luck, everybody. If you're still out there,
What's comical?
I don't know. Maybe the infomercial. You got to remember they're on a little bit of a delay.
Infomercial or my season? Both are comical.
No, they're not.
Damn.
And everybody has off years. Doesn't matter. Again, you can come on next episode and be like,
Yeah, 150. Possible.
That's possible. So, good luck, everybody. Don't forget to shoot your smoke poles and keep them clean. Keep them dry.
Easy with the smoke poles.
Yeah. Keep them dry. Take care of them. That thing is your baby. You don't want that thing to just go pop.
Let's shoot white hots. They shoot no matter what. So
Usually. So, good luck, guys. If you're going out there for the muzzleloader opener,
white hot
catch you.
Sponsor 100 proof, please.
Video and audio are great. No issues here. Thanks, Chase. Appreciate you giving the feedback on that. So, yeah, dude, it's coming. Muzzleloader.
And by the way, I want to make a comment. If anything, throughout this season, last season, that 100 proof whitetails has helped you with your hunting, you can do it in a private message. You don't have to say it in on the comments for everybody to see. But we would actually like to know if
we're helping you guys.
We're actually helped you guys out, or because I know you guys helped us out in a few different ways. So
yeah, a lot of good conversations will come out of this,
and opinions and stuff like that. So I would be curious if any of that happened. I mean, just private message, Ben,
the page or whatever.
The
we
page
both see
or
that.
whatever, and
yeah,
I would be curious.
Yeah. Let us know if what we're saying is helping you guys, or if you're just here for
pure entertainment.
Pure entertainment, which is cool too.
Yeah, whatever.
But we want to know that we're helping you guys, or what you want to hear more of. We love the questions. We love the topics that get brought up, because that's what folks are wanting to know. So, like I say, the only stupid question is the one that you don't ask. So,
yeah, please take the time to message back and let us know. We'd like to know how we're doing, or if you guys have any opinions how we could alter the show to make it better.
Format,
whatever. Private messages. Let us know. We would definitely like to better what we're doing. I mean, doing the best we can at the moment.
Yeah.
But if you guys have an idea that we haven't thought of,
all ears.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. So, good luck for the closeout of Southern Zone Regular, and good luck going into the first couple days of muzzleloader. Again, get your entries in for the Merry Christmas for the 12 Whiskeys of Christmas and the 100 proof Whitetails bottle giveaway, and we'll be drawing next Wednesday. Draw it right in the beginning of the episode, middle, end, somewhere in there. We'll draw it next week.
Yeah.
So.
And then if your idea is women in bikinis, we already thought of that. Our wives aren't in for it.
No.
So.
No, that wasn't in the budget.
Null and void.
Null and void. Dave doesn't want some whiskey? Come on, Dave. You got to type in Merry Christmas. Dave hasn't entered yet. Dave's always on.
Well, we got to do the commercial one more time, then we're signing off. As soon as Dave, just message Merry Christmas so we can get you in on the drawing for the whiskey.
Dave's been here since the beginning.
Yeah, I know.
Literally.
I'm friends with him on Facebook now.
Yeah.
Dave's a good dude.
Merry Christmas. Dave's in.
There he is. Dave's in. You could win the custom engraved bottle of Woodford 100 proof Whitetails whiskey, and then Ben also has 12 tastings of Christmas that he will mail out to you
or drop on your doorstep, whatever.
Now that you message that, you are in for the running for both.
Yep. So all you gotta do is comment on a video, comment on any of our posts between now and next Tuesday, and you'll be entered to win, and we'll draw live next Wednesday on my dad's birthday. So that's it. All good.
We're done.
Thank you, guys.
Call
Have a good night. Thanks for
See ya.
tuning in. See ya. I can't hit